Alright guys, so now let's start to get lower at the lower part of his face, and analyze all this region and related to mouth and jawline and also the neck. Let's have a look here. I've separated some other images. Actually, for the mouth, we can see those pics from some of them from an anatomy for sculptors. And for the mouth, I like to understand the mouth, separating in like this pieces on the upper lip. I like to separate in 3 parts, like these ones, these 2 laterals and this one in the middle, right? So I have some lip volume over here, and right over in the middle, and between these 3 volumes we're gonna have kind of this cut in the middle that will separate these 3 parts, right? So remember that the middle part will have like this drawing, this shape. So then what I have here is a nice separation between these 3 kinds of volume, because the side parts will have more flattened volume. Like here we have it right flat volume, and right in the middle we're gonna have this bumpy and more voluminous part right in the middle. And concerning on the lower lip, we're gonna have also some other parts, but this is more separated in these 2 volumes. I like to separate them just as this drawing shape here. We're gonna have 3 for the upper one and 2 for the lower one, right? And so in the middle we're gonna have this depression that will be kind of the same depression that we're gonna have between these 2 here, and also this other 2, right? So we have here some drawings to illustrate how do I call in these shapes. And also one thing that is quite important is on concerning the lower lip is to have this nice transition shape that the anatomy, no, I'm not sure if this one is anatomy for sculptors, but we have this nice transition shape that is called here the ridge, right? Notice how this is more concave shape and not so convex shape like in this middle volume. And here in the middle we're gonna have kind of a little depression, right? So it would be separated like this, but we're gonna have this in a traditional mouth. As you can see here, we have the difference between the male and female. Female are more voluminous and more pronounced, so, and male lips will be like thin and not so expressive concerning the exterior lines. So you have to remember the drawing shape for the mouth, not only the exterior lines like that, but also the inner line. We could plan those shapes and those lines by doing this kind of drawing, right? This is right because of those volumes that we said, and here more a concave. And note how this concave part is just right to fit the upper lip, that we have this nice volume, and this will fit right into this concave part, right? And finally, last thing that is quite very important concerning the region for the mouth is this region here that most of instructors call it the node region. This is a nice volume shape that we're gonna have around the mouth, just in the side corner, this one. And this volume is because of the I'm not sure if we can say it this way, but I think the meeting of the several muscles is this region right here. Not how we're gonna have plenty of muscles like the zygomatic majors and levator, labis superiori, inferioris, buccinator. All those muscles here will get into this region here, so it's gonna mix this nice volume around the mouth. And this will really depends on each person, on how much will be pronounced this region there. But you can see that we're gonna have this nice little volume here, like making a nice separation between this more flat volume, not so flat but not so round as here, you know. And it will be kind of a bean shape. And I think how old is the person, I think maybe lost a little bit this volume. So as you can see for our Anthony, he doesn't have so this region so pronounced, but let's analyze in other reference. Like here we can have this volume, and notice how the upper part of the mouth here, it's more flat, the shape. Maybe sometimes it can be just a little bit round, but for this region it's not so pronounced. Maybe when he do some expression here, but it's not so really pronounced there. For me, this is looking more like almost flat or even some concave. But let's have a look on some reference that is just as our main reference, because in our main reference here I don't feel that it's too much volume over there. I feel that the volume starts the curvature for the mouth more over here, right? Maybe we can have this nice wrinkle here, maybe some little depression here. It looks more like a flat. Here we don't we don't have too much of that shape, you know, between the two. I don't know how they call it, this region in English. Maybe the mustache region. I'm not sure, but yeah, we can call it the philtrum. And the Cupid's bow. Cupid's bow will be this region with this curved shape that we can reminds it can remind us M shape, right? And right on top of this M shape, we're gonna have this philtrum that is a concave part like that. And for the lower lip, we're gonna have that volume, that shape that we already saw. And note how is this lower region here, the region for the chin, the shape for the chin. Notice how we're gonna have this nice two volumes kind of going in a diagonal shape, going to this part of the chin, and then the chin will be right in the middle, kind of being some diamond shape like that. And this two diagonal shape that I was saying here, they are concerned to the muscles. Note how here we're gonna have this nice muscle that comes into this direction, right? Let me see. Yeah, not really showing into those reference, but yeah, this one here, I think is called depressor labialis. Let's see, the 15. Yeah, depressor labii inferioris are this muscle here. So this muscle gonna make that nice diagonal shape going to the lateral of the chin, right? And let's have a proper analysis of this shape in our Anthony. Look how here we can clearly see some separation between this node shape, and we have some nice wrinkle there. But into this image, he's more like forcing his mouth, not so the same as in our reference here, but we kind of can see some little volume there and this nice wrinkle separating that part, but not so pronounced for the node. And also for those volumes in the lower part, we don't have too much volume over this region there, right? Not too much. And about his chin, we can have like this shape, and then right after the chin we're gonna have those nice shapes, these volumes that are formed by fat, they are fat regions, fat pads, I mean. So let's have a look. Anatomy for sculptors also have some explanation about this fat pads, and look how this is also related to the aging process. So we're gonna have this malar creating the nasolabial fold, the malar fat pads, and then we're gonna have this inferior jaw fat. This is the jawline, and all this region here that makes this nice volume will be these inferior jaw pads. Look here, the superficial fat pads of the face and neck. So it's very nice shapes, and how they can be concentrated on some specific regions of the face, like right in over the chin, and forming those nice volumes. The very first one is the nasolabial, also called malar. I think it's malar. Oops, malar for this one, and then note how the 7 will be related to the node shape. Let's see, superior jaw, and 6 the inferior jaw. Yeah. And what we have to say more? Let's analyze more about his chin. Yeah. And then that fat pad. And note how this fat pad, it kind of merges these two volumes, the one for the malar, the nasolabial fold, and also this other one for the node region. Note here that is very nice separated, and note how all this region that I'm drawing this shape, all this region is just fat. That because right under this we can clearly see a nice separation for his zygomatic bone. Note that in all these images we can clearly see his zygomatic bone going under these fat pads. Okay, and also note how into this region we're gonna start to lose this fat, and then it starts to be the nose region, not so filled with fat as we have it here forming into this side of face. All right. And after we can discuss a little bit more about his neck region and this nice shape that is formed by a muscle. So let's have a look on it.